Next question. So I just finished my hypnosis training. Congratulations. And what do I focus on after hypnosis training? This is a great question. So, depending on how or where or who you trained with in your hypnosis, congratulate yourself. It's a big step. So do that, and then if you are committed to learning and growing, what I recommend is actually making sure that you know the principles of like not just hypnosis, but the principles of the mind and how to work the mind. And so, depending, like I said, depending on your training, do they have any information with regards to the principles, the actually why you're doing what you're doing? Because in a lot of hypnosis training sessions, you kind of get taught all of the techniques, right? Do this, and this. And it's like a step-by-step process, which is important to know if you're actually learning how to hypnotize and how to create breakthroughs using hypnosis. However, one of the best things that you can do for yourself, for your own personal growth, evolution, as well as to better your client's results, is to actually learn about the principles of the mind. If it's not taught in your current hypnosis training school, and this is why it's so useful because if you were like me and you actually trained in a traditional hypnosis school where you were just taught, you need to do the steps and then you do the suggestibility, the deepeners, and then you regress and then you do this and then you do this and then you do this. Again, helpful to some extent, but not very helpful for troubleshooting when shit goes wrong in your sessions. And then unfortunately, that training school didn't really have a lot of information with regards to the principles. It was very basic stuff, but nothing to the depth that what I desired and what I craved in order to help clients. So when we would, even in practice sessions, when something would come up, and my fellow students would ask, it was very generic answers to the questions. And for me, I have a nursing background, so I actually know a lot about the mind and the nervous system already, but I can only imagine it for people who don't, right? And so, if you are someone who isn't fully familiar with that, like there's nothing wrong with it. Don't be ashamed of it. It's not your fault that you don't know a lot of it if it wasn't taught to you. But if you were to go into the more knowledge to enhance your growth route, then definitely invest in something that teaches a lot of the principles of hypnosis and of the mind, because it's not another technique that is going to help you speed up your clients. It's actually knowing why you're doing what you're doing. So by investing on the principles govern techniques, right? The principles are actually why the techniques happen in the first are there in the first place. So there's a reason why regression exists. There's a reason why inner child exists. There's a reason why visualizations exist, and there's a reason why there's parts integrative work, why those things exist, right? And that is because there's definitely different principles of how to work with the unconscious mind. So when you know exactly what principles you have with regards to the mind, then it can take your practice into such a bigger, deeper, more fulfilling, growth oriented level that's not just going to benefit you as a person because you learned about yourself more, but it's going to really help your clients as well. And this is exactly why we teach principles instead of techniques in advanced conversational hypnosis. Personally, after learning the principles, shiny object stopped. I stopped learning about anything else, didn't really care for anything else because I knew the principles and the principles were enough. Principles give you an unlimited set of techniques. So by learning principles, I stopped this shiny object of learning the next new healing modality because I had the principles that actually were speedy, that took up less effort, less time for myself and clients, which definitely helps me out in my growing practice. So again, congratulations after your hypnosis training. But definitely, if you are looking for the next level growth, do something or learn something along the lines of principles because it will not just save you money in the long term, but it will actually really make your practice better with better results. And you'll actually have the feeling of, oh shit, my shit works, which is a great feeling to have, right?